Hello and welcome back to the third and final installation of the demonstration of the FLPPS Learning Management System. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the admin menu. Let's jump in. Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at the admin menu. It is in the top right corner, this little gear icon. Taking a look, let's go look at the dashboard. Dashboard is a very useful tool for analytics of all ongoing activity inside the LMS. You could filter it out by date, run specific types of reports, see alerts where you have some courses don't have any enrollments in them, some courses don't have any training material. It gives you a rundown of things that you need to do. It gives you interaction metrics, the assets that have been viewed and shared, and questions and answers that go back and forth. It shows you your active courses, your learners in those courses, whether they started, how many of them are in progress, based on in a percentage. Um, it shows you your very popular courses, and then it also shows you your least completed courses. And if you have any courses with users waiting to be assigned a session, you could check that right here as well. Back in the admin menu, we're going to navigate to users. This is a great place for user management, making sure your team is up to date. You could put all of the people in your company into this section. That's where they'll go. It's actually called a branch in the system. And you can here you'll find the place that you could add new users. This is best for doing new users individually. Important manage if you have a CSV, which is a comma separated value file. It's an Excel file that's been reduced to its simplest form. You could upload users via CSV here, and that's for when you have quite a few people that you want to either update or add to the system. Same for LDAP. You have a pending user section, which is mostly used by us as admins in the background. And then you could check out your immediate team right here. And then this group section we'll get to in just a second. But that's the basic functionality of the user menu. It goes into way more depth. You could check out anybody's individual user personal summary. You could, if you have two emails in the system for the same human being, you could merge that user to make sure that their account is just one account rather than two. And that's all that we're really going to touch on for this menu. Let's hop back to the admin menu. Okay, so the next section of the admin menu is groups, and this is going to be empty. If I click on it, I'll click on it to show you that. But since there's no groups in this branch, I'm going to just talk to you about it a little bit real quick. Groups can be set up for a specific subset of individuals. So if you have an IT department that you want as part of a group to regularly receive trainings or regularly receive reports, you could establish that group in the LMS, and then that will be used to automatically enroll them into the relevant trainings. And this could be done for any number of people for any number of reasons. So if there's like a new hire group that you want people added into as soon as they're added into the system, and then removed maybe as soon as they complete the trainings for new hires, or if you have a leadership team that needs an extra layer of compliance that they need to learn about, you could have them automatically enrolled into groups. And it's pretty easy to set up group roles for us in the back end. So that's groups. Next up, we have course management. This is a very useful section for getting an overview of all of the trainings that you have available to you in the system, as well as details and reports that can be run on those trainings. So it looks like a lot right here. There are categories along the side. There are a whole huge list of courses. You can organize it by date. You could organize it by name, by code, whatever you want to do to better view your courses that are available to you. But let's just jump into one and show you what type of detail it gives you. Um, so this tells you what sessions are involved, since this is an ILT. It shows you who's enrolled in the training. It gives you statistics relating to the sessions that have been completed. Allows you to run reports, even tells you what learning plans and what catalogs that it's assigned to. Now, these are not assigned to any learning plans or catalogs, but they're more of a general training And that's why you see that there. So the next two I'm going to address together. Course catalog, very quickly, is going to show you who can see your catalog in this column right here, and then how many courses are assigned to any particular catalog in that column. It's very simple stuff. And then learning plans, you'll see again all of the people that are enrolled in those learning plans or have been assigned those learning plans, and then the number of courses and which courses, if you click here, to see that they are in those learning plans. So very basic stuff for those two sections. The next two we're also going to talk about together. Classroom locations is if you have any buildings or classrooms or physical locations, physical sites that you want people to report to take their instructor-led trainings. That's where you would add that information in. Observational checklists are if you'd set a task for somebody and you want to make sure they completed all elements of that task. That would be your ability as an instructor or manager to set them a checklist that they need to accomplish all of those things on the checklist. So next up, when it comes to reporting, there's a lot of robust reporting features in the LMS. These two tabs where it says reports and new reports, they're going to be migrated into one eventually under the umbrella of new reports. But just taking a look at it, and they look similar already. It's just this is the more modernized, robust engine. Where you can have a few different reports from the main screen, and so you could, if you want to grab somebody's user personal summary, just grab it right there, easy. You could get a course summary if you know the course title. You could just grab it and download it as a summary of the course in a PDF format. You could view the course dashboard. You could get an expert summary report. You could have a summary of assets, so from your file repository area, a channel summary report, so a summary of all your assets in your file repository area. You could see all of your branches, and in this case, you would only have one branch, but it would give you a summary of your whole branch. And then if you had the checklist that we just discussed, if you had any of those, you could get a summary of those checklists as well. You could start a new report on the side over here. You could go into the custom report builder tab and build that here as well. And it gets super granular, super um, modular, and you could get very, very detailed with these reports. And most of the time, the way it works is somebody on our team at Flips is going to be building the report, and so you don't have to worry about it. But it could also be taught for you to learn how to do this as well. But it is so complicated and so robust that you could learn basically anything that you need to know about the activities of your staff in the LMS. So on to the rest of the admin menu. The newsletter is a way to message all of your staff for anything relevant to everybody, where maybe you have an event coming up or there's a training that everybody is going to need to take in the LMS. This is a great way to send out an email blast to everybody. Certificate template. So every course in the system gets a certificate delivered to the completer of the course upon completion. That's typically a very boilerplate, simple certificate, but you can customize them in certificate template. And the way that we've seen this used is if maybe a course has CEUs associated with it, you want to indicate such on the certificate. Background jobs, say you're uploading a really big roster file with all of your users on it, you have it's going to take a while to load basically. And so in background jobs, it's a loading screen in the back end just telling you the progress of that task. You don't need to look at this screen because it will notify you in the top right of your screen on the bell icon when your background job is complete. But if you want to monitor the progress of your tasks, similar with reports. So if you have a lengthy report that you're running, you'll see that being run inside of background jobs. External training, we'll hop in here real quick. It's easier to show you. This is where managers get the submissions for external training documentation that you've submitted yourself, and they could either approve or reject that external training. And then notifications are incredibly useful to remind people if there's an upcoming training that they have to attend. So you could remind them on any cadence, whether it's 1 day out, 3 days out, an hour out, however you want to use notifications. They're great. We've also seen it used where as soon as somebody's enrolled in the course, they get an email and a notification in the system letting them know that that they've been enrolled in a new course. That is basically it for the admin menu. I want to thank everybody so much for their time and watching this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and feel free to subscribe because we're always coming out with great new content on the learning management system. So, once again, thanks everybody so much for watching. Have a good one.